There we go. Okay, so it's day 2 of our mobility and mindfulness. So we're going to start with a nice, easy little meditation. So I'm going to have you guys lay on the ground wherever you're comfortable and just find a place that you can relax a little bit. Okay, so I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose, fill up your belly, and then let it come out through your mouth as you empty your lungs. And then I want you to try to focus on your spine. Does your spine feel straight and supported? Keeping your eyes closed if you want. Start to tune in and just listen to your body. As you take attention to your breath, notice how it feels to fill up the belly on the in-breath and drop the belly towards that nice long spine as you exhale. With each inhale, finding an extra second or so to fill that belly up. With each exhale, allowing the belly to drop to the spine. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Trying to release tension in your chest, in your neck, your shoulders, your ribs. All the actions in your lungs and your belly. Any thoughts or noises or distractions, as they come in without labeling or judging them, just allow them to drift away as you exhale, just like they're passing by in the wind. You gently and kindly bring your attention back to your breath. Bring your attention to your head, relaxing all the muscles around your eyes, your eyebrows, your forehead, any tension in your mouth, your lips, especially your jaw. Trying to let the jaw relax and open towards the ground. Relax your tongue, your ears, and your scalp. And if it helps, you can tense up the muscles and then let them relax to feel them relax once or twice. And then bring your attention to your neck. Can you relax it? Maybe finding a gentle nodding of your head, yes or no, before finding some stillness to drop all the tension away as you exhale. Bringing the awareness to your chest and your rib cage, the tops of your shoulders. And you feel them relax and let go as you exhale. Bringing the awareness to your arms, your biceps, your forearms, your hands and your fingers. And you try to let them relax. And then melting them into your lap or to the ground, wherever they may be. Bring your attention to your center, to your tummy. Use your breath here. Inhale deeply, filling it up. And exhale, letting go as you drop the belly gently towards the spine. Moving your attention to your hips. Feeling your glute muscles. Are they tight? Can you relax them and let them go? Bringing your awareness to your thighs, the top of your legs, the back of your legs, your calves. Is there any tension in your feet and your toes? Can you let it go as you breathe in through the nose and exhale it out through the mouth? Imagine all of that energy that's been stored, drawn out through the soles of your feet, into the ground, the air, the grass, whatever's beneath you, and into the earth. Focus your attention back on your breath as you feel your body relaxing. Nice big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Now, without any judgment, I want you to open your eyes and just do a little body scan. What are you feeling in your body? Are you feeling tightness anywhere? Is it helpful to let it go and let it relax? And then slowly bring yourself up. Nice and easy. I know, that was like wanting to take a nap there.
Relax your tongue. I've never thought about relaxing my tongue. Of all the things.
But when you think about relaxing, you've never relaxed your tongue.
No. I'll stop talking with you. I'm sorry.
But it really is, like, it's a thing, like relaxing your tongue, and then you feel the energy, you feel the jaw relax a little bit more, the neck relax a little bit more.
I will be
Mindful of, see, and those are the things we're learning, is being mindful. Okay, we're gonna stand on that. Okay, so which exercise did you guys think was the hardest this week that you did at home? The toe splays, the toe crunches, ankle sways, ankle circles, ankle rocks, heel bounces. Which was the hardest? Which was the most fun?
Heel bounces were fun.
Heel
I
bounces
think
are
that's
fun.
to me, it's a stress relief.
It is.
Yeah, those were very easy.
And I can do that.
Which one was it where you're trying to lift one toe at a time?
That was hard.
Oh, the toe piano that we did.
Yeah, that was hard.
But that wasn't hard.
That wasn't, yeah, but that's a hard one.
Yeah.
We were trying to do that this morning again.
Yeah. I guess those
I don't know
legs.
what it was, but bending my toes back,
Oh, yeah,
you
this
know,
one.
Ah,
that,
okay.
Those are hard.
that hurt. And
You felt it up your leg.
got up, I was trying to, I was so nervous, trying to spot my, you know, oh, shit.
Okay, so let's just go over them. Super simple. So we're just gonna splay the toes as far as we can, open them up. Just trying to separate them as you bring them into the ground, and then relax them as you lift them, kind of shake them out a little bit, wiggle them if you need to, and then splay them again. There we go, and then bring them up and relax them. So one more time, splay the toes. So the more we practice it, the more movement we get in our toes, and the bigger our toe splay becomes, and then relax them.
Then your feet become too fat to fit in your shoes.
That's when you need bigger, that's when you need more barefoot shoes. Okay, so now I just want you to crunch them out. So pull up through the arch to crunch the toes, and then release it. Pull up through the arch and release. And pull up through the arch. Release one more time. Pull up through the arch and release. Nice. Now I want you to do this little ankle space. We're just going back and forth, side to side. Loosen up those ankles. Nice. And then can you do it in a little circle, kind of like we did hanging onto the wall? Can you do it without hanging onto the wall, maybe a little smaller? So come up on the toes, go to the sides, the feet, the heels, the other side of the foot, and around in a circle. And then if you really want to use your brain, can we try to go the opposite direction? My knees just, everything just popped. There we go. And then let's take one foot out in front of us and circle the ankle in one direction. And then the opposite. This is where we realize our brain has to, that's where you, yeah. Our brain has to work to go the opposite direction. And then bring it to the other foot, circle in one direction. And then the opposite direction. Nice. And then let's just go back and forth on the ankles, from the toes to the heels, back and forth a little bit. And then come up on your toes and let's bounce on those heels. Ooh, feel the bounce go up your body. It's actually a very good vagus nerve reset to bounce on your heels like that. And then do a little hover, do little ones. Little bounces. Nice. Beautiful. And then go ahead and find some stillness. Okay. So we're going to kind of work our way up the body. So we worked on our feet. We're going to do a little bit more ankle and knee today. So what I want you to think about is when you're standing here, just kind of like take a notice of where your knees are at. Okay, some of us, they tend to fall in, and some of us, they tend to come out. And so just kind of let them go in and out and see what it feels like. You're going to feel it up your whole leg. It's all connected, right? Just feel those knees moving. And then find a place where you're comfortable. And what does that feel like, right? So trying not to lock them out, trying to keep them a little bit softer. I want you to bring your hands to your kneecaps as you kind of give me a little bit of a squat here. So feel those kneecaps. You can feel that the muscles are all around them and the tendons kind of getting a little tight because we gave them a little squat. We're going to do little circles. So you're going to let them come in and then out. So the ankles and the hips are involved too. And we're just circling in. Feel what you feel on those kneecaps. You might feel a little bit of grinding depending on our age and our arthritis. And then come to the outside. So circle the opposite way. Okay, so you can stand yourself up and go ahead and shake it out a little bit. You don't touch your down. So if you go right over to the big machine, right, the one on the right side there, just take it down just a little down. No, not that one. No, it's a slide one.
This?
Yep. So come up just a tad. Oh, wait till it comes on. Okay. So what I want you to do is think about, has anybody had a knee replacement? You've had a knee replacement, just hips?
No, just.
Just hips. Okay, so we have no knee replacements in here. That's a good thing. Okay, so our knee does two things. It flexes and it extends, right? Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. It flexes and it extends. So think about that. Just think about in your head what your knee joint looks like. I mean, it's a very complicated joint, right? It's got the ACL, the MCL. It's got lots of things connecting the lower leg to the upper leg. But as many movements are just to flex and extend. Okay. So let's stand on our right leg and take your left leg up. You're going to find your balance. Remember where everything comes, the energy is stable in the center. So let's stabilize our abs and bring the opposite leg back, the left leg back. I want you to extend it out, and then I want you to flex it back. Extend and flex. Do you feel tightness anywhere? Do you feel like it's going in a straight line as you kick out? Is something restricting it? Is it coming to the side? Get that flexion and extension. Nice. One more time. Beautiful. And then we'll switch. So balance on the left side, engage your abs, feel yourself standing nice and tall, and just flex and extend. There you go. One more time. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to stand aside so you can see. So we're kind of flexing and extending this way. So I want you to think about the extensions when we're standing. The flexion this time, we're going to try to bring our heel as close to our booty as we can and then bring it down. So you're going to bring it up, flex the foot the whole time if you want. It'll be a little easier. Feel it and then bring it down. Now, if you have a tight hamstring or a tight quad, you might start to feel it here, right? You can put it down each time and give me a little reset. So you're trying to keep the knees as close as parallel as possible as we just kick and extend. So Mom, I want you to bring your knee so it stays back by the other knee. Yeah. And then bring it back. So try to get up as much as you can. There we go. Now let's go to the other side. So just keeping the knees together, try to get the foot up to the booty as much as possible. There we go. We'll start to feel everything working, right? 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down. Yes. Where did you feel that the most? Your hamstring.
Now,
okay.
is it, they just need to be worked more or what? Because it almost kind of starts to cramp a little.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah. I mean, it's tight because it's tight.
Oh,
yeah. So we need to work on that. We need to work on loosening it up some. Okay, so we did it out to behind us. Now bring it up here. So your knee is much in line with your hip as you can, and I want you to extend it out and bend it in. Like you're like giving a little kick. There you go.
Does it have to be up that much?
You're trying to.
Okay.
One more time. Nice. And then we'll go to the other side. Ooh, feel how much the hips and the knees are connected here. Right? Your glutes are starting to feel it a little bit. Kick it out. That's it. Beautiful. And then kind of shake it out a little bit. Okay. So when we think about knees, what do you guys think about the most? What motion or exercise do you think about the most when we talk about knees?
You mean like getting up and down?
Getting up and down.
or-
Like, what are their functions? What are they most important within your life at the moment? What type of movement?
Walking.
Walking. Stairs. Or your gait, huh?
Stairs.
Stairs.
Yep.
Yes, stairs, being able to get it, bend the knee and get it up there, right? Carla and I talked a lot about the stairs, right?
Yes.
Okay, so part of that is also squatting, right? To get something down, getting that flexion in them to get down in a squat to pick something up. So let's start with that flexion. So take your feet a little bit wider than your hips. And I want you to slowly just bring it down into a squat to where you feel like you can hold that squat. Okay? It doesn't have to be as low as you normally go. Just feel like you can hold it. Now I want you to feel your knees. Okay? You feel your quads are tight around your knees or your hamstrings are tight or both. Okay? Feel your glutes working. Yeah, I know we're all like feeling ourselves. Feel the glutes, right? Okay. Now I want you to notice where your knees are compared to your toes. Okay, are they over your toes? If I push my knees over my toes, where do you feel it more? The quads and the shin. Yeah, you will feel it in your shins too if your shins are tight now. But now it's more, yeah, so you're trying not, this is where a lot of knee injuries happen, right? So if you push them back a little bit further by pushing, you're trying to push this femur bone back into the hip to get it back further. Now where do you feel it more? In your glutes. Okay, that's where this knee wants to be when we're doing stuff, right? It wants to be over, it doesn't want to go past the toes. Okay, it wants to be as much over the ankle as possible. Come on up and rest a second. Ooh, feel that. Okay, so when you're squatting, and we're always saying, get your booty back, get your booty back, get your booty back, right? I want you to think about what does it look like inside, okay? So from the knee to the hip is the femur bone, right? Okay, so when I'm like this, think about where the angle of my femur bone is. The energy's coming out through my knees, okay? If I push my booty back first, and I'm pushing this femur bone back, where's the energy going? My glutes, right? So I want you to try a few squats. Think about just where your knees and your femur bones are going, and then bring it up. Nice. Squat it back and bring it up. So sometimes it helps to understand why we're telling you to get your booty back, right? Let's do two more.
Yeah, well, my knees will remind me
Yes,
if I bring them too far forward.
but don't you wish someone would have told us this when we were 20?
Yeah.
One more time. Okay, now come down in a moderate squat. So now I want you to see what happens with your ankles, okay? So if my feet are flat on the ground, right, my heels down, and I'm pushing through that tripod of the foot. If I lift my heels, because my ankles are tight, what happens to my knees? Come forward, right? Okay, so come back in, now lift the toes. Can you feel the yourself go back a little bit more? Okay. And then come on up, give yourself a rest. We're gonna do that again. Okay, so come down in that squat. Feel your booty back. Can you see in the mirror, Cindy, your booty back? Okay, keeping the heels lifted. So this is where our ankles, if they're tight, they tend to make our knees go forward. Feel what that feels like. Then place the heels down and think about, stretching the ankles as they go back. Feel a difference? Nice, and then place your toes down and come up. Woo!
Yeah, I'm feeling yesterday's leg work.
in today's little movement prep, huh? Okay, So same kind of concept, but we're gonna take our feet wide this time and turn our toes out. Okay, I want you to come down in a squat here, and I want you to look at your knees. Okay, it's a little bit easier here to keep them over the heels, right? Okay, but same thing. Think about the femur bones in there pushing back to get the down. Feel the hips open a little bit more and then come up and release it. Nice. Now go down, booty goes back, the femur bones push back instead of forward through the knees. And then the knees can bend without the extra shearing, and then bring it up. Nice, let's do 2 more. Yeah. That's it. And bring it up. One more time, bring it down. Okay, now keeping it maybe about halfway down so you're not down too far. What happens if you bring one knee in, right? And then bring it back out. And the other knee.
One person does.
One person does it. So you're noticing the rotation is not actually coming from the knee as much as it's coming from the hip and the ankle, right?
Yep.
Because the knee's not going to go that way. Okay, so it's all connected. But thinking about when you're doing it, can you keep the opposite hip and knee in line where they're supposed to be? So trying to keep everything else stable and turn it in. This is the rotation you would get to turn for a lunge, right? And then bring it up. Do your knees feel more sore or do your hips feel more sore?
My hips.
Good. Hips or knees feel more sore than that?
On my knees, but I was also guarding my hips a little bit.
A little bit more in that, yeah, in that
I have to be
rotation.
careful with.
Okay, so if your knees are hurting more, it may mean, well, you have a different issue. You have a different thing, but a lot of times it means that we're going too far forward, right? So when we're thinking about squatting, we think about bending the knee to get that flexion, but we don't always think about where they are in line and how it connects to our hips and our glutes to get that squat so that we're actually kind of protecting our knees too, right? Does that make sense? Okay, so now let's just shake it out. We're gonna bring it, actually, we're not gonna bring it down yet. We're gonna do a little roll down. So I'm gonna turn to the side here, just so that they can see too. We're gonna start with the arms up. And I want you to think about kind of reaching towards the ceiling energetically, but not bringing the shoulders out of the sockets, right? So the arms are just up as you reach. Think about engaging your abs, planting your feet down into the ground. From here, inhale. As you exhale, I want you to pull the belly button in towards your spine and slowly roll yourself down. Think about getting some articulation in your spine. The legs are going to stay as straight as you can to stretch the back of the leg. Once you get down, I want you to let your hands hang towards the ground. If they can't touch the ground, it's okay. Okay. From right here, if you need to bend your knees to touch the ground, go ahead and bend your knees to touch the ground. Bring your hands to the ground. So Savannah, can you bend your knees to bring your hands to the ground? There you go. Yeah, like almost flat, fingertips at least. From right here, see if you can straighten the knees and tuck your chin a little bit more. We do that 3 more times. Bend the knees and then straighten. And then bend and straighten. One more time. Bend and straighten. Okay, can you keep your hands on the ground with your feet? With your knees straight? If you can, I want you to try to give me a little calf raise right here.
Oh, ouch.
Stretch the ankles and lower it back down. So you're slowly coming up to your toes and then bringing it back down. Bring it up and down. Up and down. Using those ankles. 2 more. Up. Down. One more time. Up. And down. Once you lower those heels, I want you to bend just one knee as you stretch the opposite leg. And then switch which one you bend and stretch. and switch. And switch. Switch. One more time, each side. And then straighten both legs, let your head hang a little bit more. Inhale, as you exhale, start to peel your spine up as you let the arms hang. Ooh, you put nice and tall. What did you feel in your calves and your ankles? Was it hard to do the calf raise bending over?
Making
I didn't
sure
feel
I keep my ankles straight instead of bowling out.
Yes.
I didn't feel it in my ankles.
Where'd you feel it?
Oh.
Oh my.
Oh, the
It's in my
hamstrings
hamstrings
are so
over
tight. Okay, so we got some tight hamstrings to work with. Okay, so we're gonna come down and lay on the mat.
That was burned.
That was a burn?
That was burned.
Yeah. Okay, so this will be the easy part then. So you're gonna lay on the mat. We're gonna relax the shoulders and the head. The knees are bent and the feet are flat into the mat, okay? We're gonna do a little bridge up. So just go ahead and let's just go ahead and do one bridge. Take a nice big inhale. On the exhale, tuck the pelvis. Try to peel your spine up one vertebrae at a time and get to the top of your bridge. I just want you to feel what it feels like at the top of the bridge. What do your legs feel like? What do your feet feel like? And then slowly start to roll that bridge down one vertebrae at a time till you're laying all the way back down. Inhale, exhale, peel up into that bridge. This time, can you engage your glutes a little bit more? Think about those femur bones, this time pushing the energy out through the knees and lengthening. And then slowly roll it back down. Three more. Inhale, exhale, tuck the pelvis. Really pull the belly button in as you peel the spine up. Feel the energy of the femurs pushing out through the knees as you engage the glutes a little bit more. And then slowly roll it back down. Inhale, relax the shoulders. Exhale, start tilting the pelvis and peeling up. Feel your feet into the ground. Lengthen the femurs. Engage the glutes and then roll it down. Do that one more time. Inhale, exhale, tuck the pelvis, peel it up. Engage the glutes, lengthen the femurs, anchor the feet, and then roll it down. Nice job. And then just windshield wiper your legs side to side for a second. Did you feel a difference when you thought about lengthening your femurs?
Yes.
Okay. Good, good. Okay, so now you're gonna bring just the right leg up to tabletop. Everything else is relaxed. So just like we did that flexion and extension standing, you're gonna do it laying down. This time we're gonna try to keep the hip anchored. You're gonna extend the foot as you extend the leg as you flex the foot, and then point the toe and bend the knee. Flex and extend, point and bend. Flex and extend, point and bend. Flex and extend, point and bend. One more time. Flex and extend, point and bend. It feel different? Anybody feel crunchies in the knees? Nope, just me?
No, I didn't notice it.
Okay.
Straightening my leg.
Are tight, because your hamstrings are tight. Okay, so go ahead and find the left leg in that tabletop position. You're gonna flex the foot as you extend it. Point the toe as you bend the knee. Flex and extend. Point and bend. Flex and extend. Point and bend. Flex and extend. Point and bend. 2 more. Flex and extend. Point and bend. 1 more time. Flex and extend. Point and bend. Ooh, and place that foot down. Did you feel a difference in one side and then the other?
Yes,
Yes? One side was harder?
my toe cramped on one
We got toe cramps going.
Yeah, it's the toe cramp.
Okay, so this one is a heel slide. So right now your feet are flat into the mat. I want you to take your left foot and just lift your toe so you're on your heel. So you're gonna slide that left heel along the mat till you straighten the leg. You're gonna extend the leg fully and then slide the heel back as you bend the knee. Slide it out to extend. It's easier if your foot's not rough. And then bend it back in by dragging the heel back in. Push it out to extend. Slide it back in. Push it back to extend. Drag it in. One more time. Push it out through that heel, extend that leg, extend the knee, and then drag it back in. Nice. Now take your right foot to your heel. You're gonna push it out on that heel, extend the leg, drag that heel back in, bend the knee. Push it out. Drag it in. There we go. Push it out. Drag it in. Out. Try to keep the knees facing the ceiling. Drag it in a straight line. 1 more time. Push it out. And I'm going to bring both legs up to tabletop. I want you to bring your hands right behind your knees. You can keep your head, neck, and shoulders down. I want you to extend the legs straight and then bend them while you hold them right there. Extend. Go ahead and just kind of glance up at your knees. Are they staying parallel with the same distance between them as they go up and come down? No judgment, just being curious. Do you feel the quads and the hamstrings as you extend them? Two more. Or do you feel them start to come in? And then bring them all the way down. Ooh. Okay, so I'm gonna have you roll onto your left side.
Well, I want to be able to see her, that's weird. Left side,
Left side. Yep.
left side,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay, you can see. You can turn yourself this way too if you want to. There
That's what I was.
Okay. So your knees are bent, your hips are stacked. Does anybody need a pad for their hip? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let me know if you need a pad. So your knees are bent, your feet, your knees, your hips are stacked, and then your right elbow is right under you. And I want you to think about pulling up through those obliques and just kind of holding them there. Now we're gonna take this right leg out into the front. And just like we did when we were standing, it'll feel a little bit different. Try and keep this leg nice and straight. We're just bending the knee so the foot comes back towards the booty and then extends out. There you go. So just bend the knee and extend. Bend the knee. Feel the quad lengthen, the hamstring shorten, and then lengthen out. There we go. That's it. One more time. Nice. Okay, now I want you to turn your right foot so it's on top of your left foot. Your knee is facing the ceiling. Okay, so from right here, just feel the difference in your knees, right? One's facing the ceiling, one's out. One's laying on the ground and supported. Now I want you to lift this leg up and just extend the leg out and bend the knee back in. Just extend Feels a little different when you're laying on your side, right? Because we're very supported here. We're not standing up and having all the weight on one leg. But what does your knee feel like? One more time. And then bring it down. Both legs are gonna come out. Okay, so this one is like a movement of the knee and the hip and the ankle all at the same time. Carly, you need a pad?
I don't know, am I the only one that?
No, my hip is also.
My hip.
I feel she's having like 19
I don't know, my,
Put it under your hip, it helps a lot. If you need a little pad under your hip, you can always do that.
much better than
Is that better? Is that better, Carla?
Yeah.
Okay.
Savannah was struggling too.
Now extend both of your legs out and point the toes. You're going to rotate this time in the hip. You're going to externally rotate that right hip. So the knee is facing the ceiling. Now I want you to bend your knee to drag your foot up as far as you can. Once you get as far as you can, you're going to extend that leg up, flex the foot, and bring it down.
She's like a dancer.
It's a Pilates move. So drag it up as far as you can. Extend it, flex the foot, bring it down. Nice. Drag it up, extend, flex, bring it down. You got two more. Your hip is
A
popping.
little bit, yeah.
Okay, maybe don't lift it as high.
Okay.
Try that first. And one more time. Which way? Where's it popping at? Bring it in.
Great.
Right. Where
Oh.
in the movement?
Well, look, mostly like there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't lift it as high. Okay. So now we're just gonna flip to the other side. Oh, you felt that one, didn't you? It's amazing when we start focusing on the knees, the whole hip, the hamstrings, the quads, you feeling everything, right? Okay, so we're gonna start with everything bent. And we're just gonna, excuse me, bring that leg, what did we do first? Sorry, now I just forgot. We just did an extension, right? So you're gonna bring the leg, we're just gonna extend it out and give me that butt kick. Yes. So trying to keep the rest from my hip to my knee, it's not moving, right? I'm just bending at the knee to get my heel as close to my booty as possible and then bringing it out. That's it. One more time. Nice. And then bring that left foot so it rests on top of the right foot. You're gonna bring the leg up, extend it out and back in. So this time the knee is facing the ceiling. So we have a different position of the hip as we're doing the same extension with the knee. That's it. No? Where's it hurting?
Well, it's not hurting, it doesn't move like the other side did.
Yeah, that's why we gotta practice on both sides. Nice. Okay, now take both legs out. You're gonna externally rotate that left hip so the knee and the toe are facing the ceiling. We're gonna give me that, drag it up, extend, flex, draw it down. Point the toe, drag it up, extend, flex, and down. That's it. Okay, there we go. That's
Yeah,
what you
go
wanted. One more time. Woo! And shake it out. That knee joint, right? It's connected to so many things. Okay, so right here, I just want you to take one leg. Let's take the right leg up. Trying to sit up nice and tall. Take that leg so that the foot's hovering the ground. We're gonna start with just the ankle. You're gonna point the toes and flex them, just moving that ankle. Trying to keep your knee in line with your hip, your ankle in line with your knee as we point and flex. There we go. Snap, crackle, pop. I know, mine are so cracky. And then just find somewhere where it's kind of relaxed. Give me little circles in one direction and then the other. Nice. Okay, so now you're gonna take the foot and the knee and you're gonna extend it out straight and bring it back in. So you're trying to keep the top of your leg where it is and just extend from the knee. Roll your shoulders back and down so they're not up in your ears. Find your center. One more time. Nice, and then bring it down and extend it out. Okay, bring that left leg up. Shoulders back and down, find your center. You're gonna point and flex the toe. Or the ankle, sorry. Trying to keep everything in line. Now you're, it's your other side. 2 more. Nice, so from here, extend the knee and then bend it back in. If you have tight hamstrings, you're gonna feel this here too. Yes, gotta breathe through it, keep breathing. 2 more. That's it, one more time. Nice, and then bring the legs in. Ooh, let's give it a little stretch for a second. So bring the soles of the feet together, so your knees are bent here. Okay, so grab your toes, walk your sits bones forward just a little bit. Get those hips open. Okay, so you're gonna draw the knees up by bringing the hips in and then opening the hips up by drawing the knees down. There we go, so it's like you're a little butterfly. Fly, fly, butterfly.
Gymnastics.
You have it?
The whole butterfly.
One more time. And then as you energetically try to draw the knees towards the ground, I just want you to hinge forward a little bit, keeping the chest lifted instead of rounding over into the shoulders, and open your hips up a little. Huh?
Because it doesn't look like I'm leaning forward.
You're pretty tight, girlfriend. Pretty tight.
Look, your back's pretty straight.
Yeah, your back is straight. And then bring it up. Okay, so we're gonna come to all fours for a few seconds. Okay, so on all fours, remember our hands are directly under our shoulders, our knees are directly under our hips. We are gonna get some rotation in the knee and the hip here. So we're gonna start by bringing, let's start with the left leg. We'll bring the left leg up so the knee is down. And just like a tail wag, you're gonna bring it over your right leg and then out to the left. So you can add some abs and obliques by looking at it and getting that little side bend, or you can just rotate it. But you're trying to keep that knee anchored as the hip and the leg rotate around the knee. And one more time. Nice, and then put the left leg down, bring the right leg up. You're gonna do the same thing. It's gonna go out to the right and then across the left, back and forth. You can add those obliques in the air, or you can just move the leg. One more time each way. And then bring that leg down. Okay. So the one movement our knee does, flexion and extension, you got it again. Okay, this time I want you to bring your knee up so that it's level with your hip. So your hips stay level and the foot is flexed towards the ceiling. You're just gonna extend it out and bend it back in. A little bit more hamstring this way. So you're just lengthening and, yep, that's it. And bending, lengthen it out and bend it in. 2 more. Nice, and then bring that leg down. Okay, extend the left leg out. You're gonna bring it up so the knee is bent, foot's flexed, and then you're just gonna extend and bend. Two more. Nice, and then bring both knees down. Okay, so I just want you to sit back on your knees and see what this feels like. Feels so good? Does it hurt anybody's knees? Okay, so we're just getting some stretch here. As much as we can. Nice. So you're gonna come back, tuck the toes under, and sit back. Now stretch the toes and the ankles a little bit. The knees feel about the same. They hurt. Hurts
Oh
the
my
toes.
God,
It's
she's
my
going,
toe.
"It's my
This is
toe."
the toe. This
You
is a
know,
very
I
good
was-
one for your toes.
I will watch the baseball game, the catchers will sit back there on their toes.
They
I'm
do.
like, oh my
And then come
goodness.
back. And
I
then flatten
tried
the
to
feet
do
and come back.
that, oh.
It's hard. So go ahead and flatten your feet, Carla, and come back. It'll feel good. Flatten them. That's the good part, right? It does. I don't know how those catchers do it.
I know.
Madison was a catcher and she
I'm
did
like,
it all the
oh my
time.
goodness.
And then come up. So they have harder shoes too. And do it one more time. Then go ahead and bring yourself back into a child's pose. Trying to push your booty back as much as you can. And then coming up onto your hands and knees, whatever is the easiest way for you to get up. I want you to stand up. Okay, so we're gonna do some little walks and involve our knees, because that's the main thing we do every day that involves our knees, right? Is some walks. So normally we walk, we bend the knee a little bit, right? We extend, but we don't lock out. We're gonna do some funny ones, some ones that just kind of get into our working our knees. So start at the back of your mat. And what I want you to do is I want you to do a kick walk. So you're gonna walk to the front of your mat, just kicking your leg forward. That's how you're doing, right? And then what does it feel like to go back? Kick it backwards, right? Feels weird, doesn't it? Let's do that one more time forward. Do those kick outs. And then walk it backwards like that. Nice. Okay, so now you're gonna give me a little squat walk. So we're gonna keep our knees bent and you're gonna walk forward. And keep the booty back, Grammy. There we go. And then walk it backwards like that. It's a little bit harder. And then bring it forward.
Your arms behind you, kind of like a chicken.
And then bring it back.
Sorry.
Okay, now take it into that sumo walk.
Oh,
Okay. And walk it back.
Walking it back is tough.
It's tough, isn't it? And then walk it forward. Feel like a giant, and then back, like you're trying to punch under something. Nice, and then take it up. Okay, so we're gonna try a little duck walk here. So what a duck walk looks like is you're down here, so you're on your toes, and as you walk,
That's what I was talking about, it's very hard.
it's very hard.
yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
you might not be able to
I
do
need to
this.
just kind of do a real
Yes.
modified version of that.
So you
Yeah, I
can put
can't
your
get down
hands
that.
on the ground with it. If you want, yeah. Can you get down there? Can you swing it around?
I can get down there, but now I
How do
can't.
I-
Now
now you
I
can't
can't walk.
Now you gotta walk back.
How do you walk?
Oh my God.
It's a little bit harder, right? Whew. I know, that's a goal. So that's a lot on the knees to do the duck walk, right? And in the hips too, because we're down and our hips are turned out, our legs are turned out. It's something we're definitely not used to. And it's getting the mobility of one knee coming in while the other one comes across, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel okay maybe just kind of doing this. but
Yeah,
trying
so
to
everybody
walk at
come
the
down
same
like this.
time.
Just try to bring one knee in
I
and then the
should
other,
do that Otherwise.
right? So you're getting a little bit more of the rotation in the hip here as the knee comes down to just go back and forth, right? That's it. Little frog walks. Come on up, straighten those, like, give yourself a little stretch first before you go to the next one. Okay, so I want you to think about walking sideways a little bit. So we'll take 2 steps to one side and then 2 steps from the other side. Does your knees stay in line? So go ahead and look at your knees as you do this. Are they rotating? Are they going out? Everybody's look pretty straight to me. Seem pretty straight, right? Okay, so now take it down in a squat. Your knees bent, and you're gonna walk to the side. Can you still keep them as straight? And then walk the other way. Back one more time. Everybody's keeping them straight, looks good. And then the other way. Nice job, and then bring it up. Okay, so I want you to put your hands on your knees, and I kind of want you to straighten your legs, but they're not locked out, so they're kind of loose. And then I want you to put your fingers around your kneecaps. Okay, can you relax yourself enough to move your kneecaps a little bit? Yes or no?
What do you mean? Move
No?
my
Okay,
kneecaps?
let's try it on the ground. Let's try it on the ground. I want you to
move
okay.
my kneecaps.
Do they actually move my
They do actually move a little bit. Look, Cindy can move hers too. Okay, so if you relax, you have to relax your legs. Because
It's subtle, you gotta remember that.
it's very subtle, it's not a big
I
movement,
think
right?
here.
Okay, so your patella is just kind of, it's floating right there on top of your knee, right? You should be able to move it up and down a little bit. And then side to side a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
I don't know if it's my skin moving, if they
Can you feel the bone of your kneecap? It's a circular like bone. See if you can put your fingers around it. See if you can.
It's on the top of your knee.
Yeah, it's on the top. It's so right here, Carla. On the top of my knee.
Like where it bends.
That knee, yeah, you just found it right there. Yeah. Now, see if you can just loosen it up enough to make some little circles in one direction and the other. You're just kind of loosening it up. And then take it, move it up and down. And then side to side.
I move up and down better than the
So
side.
the side to side. The side to side movement's kind of
Yeah.
limited.
It is.
But part of it is getting all the muscles around it to relax too.
See, I'm just the opposite, I can move mine
Side
side
to
to
side.
side,
Look at that.
up and back.
Yeah.
It's.
Oh, isn't
hard.
that so
It's harder.
weird?
So it just goes to show you which muscles are tighter.
Now it's gonna bother you, huh?
It doesn't hurt, if it doesn't hurt, then I'll.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. Nobody should be hurting right now. It should just feel like you barely even feel anything, right? As you're moving it. But just thinking about what does the knee look like and getting some movement in the knee, right? Because our knees are in the middle of the hip joint and the ankle joint. And everything goes through there. Everything that happens to our hips affects our knees. Everything that happens to our ankles affects our knees, vice versa, right? So just thinking about how they're connected and what they do. Their primary move is to flex and extend. Sometimes if you're sitting down, you can get a little bit of tibial rotation. You can get that tibia to rotate in a little bit, but mostly it's the ankle, right? Trying to just get that bone to rotate in. It's a little harder as we get older. So the tibia will rotate a little bit in, but a lot of times we just do the ankle. But that's where you're gonna get that rotation. But when they're straight, it's harder. That's only gonna happen when it's bent. So when most of the movement is a flexion and extension. But it comes into our daily lives, into everything we do, into walking, sitting, standing, bending down, picking things up. We just flexed and extended our knees in almost every position, right? To get that movement in your knees. So think about how it's all connected and how we can loosen up the muscles around it and then strengthen the stuff around our knees to support them better too. So what we want to be cautious of is if our knees start to turn in or out too much. It's more of a hip thing too, but you'll notice the knees, if they turn in and out more, that's when we probably have a muscle that's weaker or tighter in the hip, which we'll get to next week with hips. Okay, so I'm gonna have you guys, I think, stand up for this last meditation. Actually, you know what? Lay down. As you guys get halfway up, I'm like, yeah, no, let's lay down.
Yes.
Okay, I know. So feel like it's time for Shavasana, almost, right? Okay, so I want everybody to find a place where they're laying comfortably or sitting comfortably, whatever position you want to be in. You just think about being comfortable. You're gonna, as the thoughts come and go in your mind, like we did at the beginning, you're gonna think of them like a breeze. They come and they go. We're not gonna let them stay, hang out. If they start to stay, we're gonna focus on your breath. So take a nice big inhale through the nose and exhale out. So you can gaze softly at something, go ahead and close your eyes. I want you to breathe gently in through the nose and out through the mouth. With every exhale, I want you to allow the weight of your body to release a little bit more into the ground. With every inhale, notice the opposing upward lift of the energy that lengthens your spine and grounds you. On the exhale, release your shoulders, your hips, and your legs towards the ground. On the inhale, feel the gentle lightness and the gentle upward lifting motion of the support on your back. Rest here for a moment, kind of finding some balance between your breaths, your grounding exhale and your upward lifting inhale. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Take your attention more towards the exhale. Let each exhale last a little bit longer than the inhale. Lengthen and extend the exhale like we did on our knees and our legs. And then gently and comfortably inhale, not trying too hard. Just lengthen the exhale. At any time you feel like you're melting down a little too much, remember that you are supporting that upward lifting energy on your back is supporting you. Releasing all the tension into the ground, feeling supported and connected into your mat. Think about all the tension melting away, like water spilled onto the floor, just slowly spreading away from you. Rest for a second with your breath. And just notice the connection between the solidness of your body, firmness of the ground. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let the thoughts come and go. Don't hold on to them, no judging. Simply bring your mind back to your body. Check in with the sense of your weight of your body, the form of your body. And then I want you to get curious about your sense of the body. Does it feel heavy or light? Does it feel still or like it needs to move? Does it feel solid or fluid? Be present with your body. Right here, right now, with your back resting on the ground. Relatively still, physically stable, rooted, grounded, neutral. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. From this place of stability, I want you to notice when your mind wanders off. And just bring it back to the body. Body's the anchor, stable and connected to the earth. It's the home base for your mind. Wherever your mind goes, the body remains grounded. Wherever you notice your mind has gone, the mind is the grounded body to return to. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Check in one more time with your body. how it meets the ground, how your knees are feeling. As you breathe out, release down into the space of the supported ground. And as you breathe in, push down into the space as you open your eyes. Still aware of your body and supported to the ground beneath you. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale. And as you rise up, pressing down into the stable earth, know that your body is always the ground place for your mind to come back to. Good job, you guys. How's everybody feel? Like you
Like
can
a
take a nap?
Like a nap.
Like a nap. Any questions about your knees or your ankles or grounding? Everybody feel good? Is that helpful?
Yeah.
All right, Robin, you good? They fell
We're
asleep.
good. No, we're good.
You
That was
must
good.
be-
Thanks. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome, guys. I'll see you later.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Bye.